Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi class, how is your day today? I wish that you are stay healthy. Don't forget to wear your mask anytime you go outside. Please wash your hand regularly and also remind the physical distancing. Okay, so welcome to the second meeting of creative writing class, and today we are going to discuss about the types and also the generic structures of short stories. So let's check this out. So first we talk about the types of short story. There are three most famous or commonly types of short story. First anecdote, second fables, and the last one is fake hoods. So anecdote. Anecdote is the stories of real persons. So these types of short story actually illustrate or using the and describe also the real persons and make it into a story. So if you want to write any story about the real persons or real conflicts, you can use these types. And the second types is fable. This is about the illustrations of plants, animal, meats, and other objects other than humans. So this is not the real one, okay? And the last one is about the fake hood. This is the famous one because it is a kind of jokes story. It is very humorous based short story. So if you want to make any jokes or humorous short story, so you can call yours as a fake hoods. Next, let's we talk about the generic structure. Okay, so the common generic structures of the short prose fictions is built based on the orientations and also next the complications and will be ended by the resolutions. Let's talk about the orientation first. The orientations is the background informations of the story that you will create. So this background information consists of all the information that you can give about the characters, the settings, times, or the main elements or main characters of your short story. For example, you want to talk about the educational background, the family backgrounds, the gender, whether your characters is a boy or a girl, women's or men's, old or young, passive or active person, introvert or extrovert. How about the setting also? It is in a village or city, it is in a suburb or in what country, what city, it is a crowded place or quiet, whether your times is in a 1990 era or 2020 era or whatsoever. So all the informations about the setting, the characters, and also the times about your short story, you will describe it in the orientation part. Okay, and then it will continue to the complications or the problems of this short story. Your story may consist of some events that build the problem. So after an incident, then you can explain another incident, and then it will come up with another incident. So it is the problem of your short story, how the conflicts is built on your story. It should be existed in the complication part. So you can develop your story based on several events or problems, but remember it should focus on one big problem. So remember, short stories should only contain by one main problems. Next, we talk about the resolutions or end of the story. This is the part when you want to write your story, how the ends of the story, how the problems is solved, what's going on at the ends with your characters, is their problem solved or not, whether it is a happy ending, a sad ending, or unclear ending. So it's really up to you based on as the orders of this story, of your story. Well, as you can see on the slide, so short story commonly begin by establishing the setting and introducing characters. Problem or complications is then introduced, which serve as the driving force behind the ensuing events. So, after the rising action reaches a dramatic high point or climax, a resolution is achieved and the story ends. So, you have to make your story is in a good what is it, good story, good dynamic. So you start with some things about explaining with the characters, and then you try to build the problems of you try to describe the problems from the basic one, and then you explain again, you tell about the problems and goes into the climax or the top parts of the problem itself, and then you will go down again with your end of the story, whether the ending will be your characters will be dead, or your characters will be happy with the endings and so forth. Okay, so and don't forget, actually, short story has some moral value. It can be found in the resolutions, as it's called as a coda. So your short story commonly consists of moral value or coda as the moral value of what moral value that can be taken from your story. Okay, so by understanding the generic structure today, I hope that you can identify any short story that you are going to read after this, and then you can find what kinds of orientation, the setting, the times, and also the characters that you found on the story, what problems that the authors try to illustrate, and the last one, how is the ends of the story. So I'm going to give you a link of several short story. You may to choose what a short story that you are going to read, and then you have to identify the generic structures of the story that you have read. So by understanding this, by the abilities of finding the generic structures of the short story that you have read, on the next chance uh, when you are going to write down your own short story, so you are able to write in a good or correct generic structure. Okay, so that's all for today about the types and also generic structures of short story. Next is about the identifications of generic structures of short story that you will read after these sections. Okay, see you on next meeting. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.